Welcome back to Why in the Morning. Hashtag to use is hashtag Entrepreneurship Tuesday. At Y254 channel is where you can find us across all our social media platform. And at Michelle Ashira is where you can find me across all my social. In this particular session, it's all about the ultimate handbook in photography. And you know what they say about photography. You don't take a picture, you make one. And in studio I have Stories by Watson. It's all about telling stories through amazing pictures. It's all about telling the stories through pictures. And as he says it, Stories by Watson by Ian, right?
Yes,
You're
by
telling,
Ian.
You're telling stories through pictures.
Yeah, through pictures.
All right. So Ian,
Yes.
have I left anything on those titles?
You've not left anything.
Have I left anything out? That's what I intended to say.
So, hello guys, my name is Watson Ian Ngangawagana, running Stories by Watson. I want using pictures to tell stories.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've gone through a couple of your images on Instagram. And it's just amazing work. And one thing that it's quite unique is okay, I understand different photographers have different techniques. Yours is, as you just said it, you're just telling stories just as they are.
I'm telling stories just as they are.
Okay, Ian. So tell us, when did the love or the passion for photography, where did it all start?
It started when I was a little boy, to the point that when I was in primary, class 7, my dad used to ask permission for me to go home just to take pictures in a function.
Wait, your dad used to do what?
He used to ask permission for me from school so I could go home in a birthday function. Nothing major, nothing serious, just a birthday to take pictures.
Your dad is dope. Your dad is dope. Like, he used to come to school just to...
For me to go home just to take pictures.
For you to go home and take pictures. Yeah. He supported you that much? He
supported me. He has been so supportive through the whole journey.
Okay. What kind of relationship do you have with your dad, to the point where I'm just so curious. Did he equally have passion in photography, or is he a creative person?
No. My father raised us in an agricultural background. Okay. He has no idea about that, but he's the kind of person that if this is what you want and you know it will help you out, he will go with you through the whole journey. He will support you, and when he sees, okay, maybe utastumble mahali, he atakwambia. But he's the type of person, if this is what you want, go for it. I'm here with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is back in high school?
Back in primary.
Back
class
in
7.
primary?
Yeah.
Primary school?
Class 7.
Wow. Okay, I guess he's one of the dads who actually support talent.
Yeah,
which is an amazing
very supportive dad.
All right. So from primary in high school, did you still pursue photography?
So in high school, there was this trend of teenagers taking pictures for Instagram. That's when Instagram ilikuwa imefika. So I had that passion. So I used to take my friends' pictures back there at home. And watu walikuwa wapiga picha kwa lami. So ukipiga picha kwa lami, you're like, oh, you're on the trend. So I used to take those pictures, and the passion kept growing. And I want to be like this photographer. I want to be like this photographer. But so at that time, my head was just wanted to take photos. Okay. That was me at that time. So after high school, I got back into it. I had a small camera. I used to shoot in Nakuru. And there was this famous place called Milimani. So when you go there, mnapiga picha pale kwa lami, you used to look dope, you're on the trend. Oh, you guys are fancy. So I used to go for that trend. And then, haikuwa inalipa, haikuwa ile pesa yani. Yeah.
Okay, so all this while it's passion. So how did you get to polish yourself as a professional photographer? So
when I got into the university, I started blending. There are a lot of photographers in the university. Pictures here, the Instagram too. People want to look. They are on the trend and all. So I met some people who used to create events in the clubs. So I got connected with them here and there, and started shooting in the clubs, in their events. You know, people want to look. They were in the club yesterday, you know, the such of trend. Again, it was not what I wanted for me. Regardless of the money, still, I don't feel it. As in, I don't feel, you get tired, you get little money, and then there's a perspective of photography that I could talk ayani. So I left it out. finished my diploma. I was to go to the degree level this year, but Corona happened. So after my diploma, that period before graduation, I thought of going, there's a calling of this photography thing. So I got back into school, Talanta Institute, and took a certificate in photography and camera operations. I did it for 6 months. We're supposed to graduate this year. After that, now I started doing personal project, polishing myself, self-rediscovery journeys, and yeah, I am.
Okay, what was your first camera?
My first camera, it was called Canon SF100. It was very little, very little.
I'm sure you couldn't.
I have it right now at home.
Yeah, I was so sure you couldn't forget that.
Very small camera.
Okay, when now you went to college, you did your certificate in photography.
Yeah.
And now you're looking at the business space where you want to. I know it's more passion.
Yeah.
There's the business aspect of it. What camera were you using at that point? Did you have a camera?
So when you go back into school, there's something about Talanta. They fund you with the camera, with the equipments.
Okay.
So they support you to the extent they will get you attachments and all. So my first project, they gave me a camera, a very, very, very expensive camera.
Like this is your camera, it's yours now?
No, like this is the camera, use it and then return it to us.
Okay. And
they give you someone to like guide you and all. So I used that camera to do my project for Rift Africa, a leather company in Karen. So
that was your first project?
That was my first project, some time back in January. So the support made me grow. And then the good thing with photography, today you shoot here, tomorrow you get connected there.
Referrals.
Yeah, referrals. So I got connected into some guy behind Odeon, Pale Town, where you hire equipment for a day at a specific charge, and then you return it. So that's what I've been doing. Okay. Because on gear, yes, I have my own gear, but there's some type of job you will go, and they need quality, they need high quality pictures. So you need high-tech gear.
Yes.
So you get to hire gears. A lot of photographers do that, by the way. You get to hire gears. So I've been hiring gears. I've been using my own gear. Okay. And been growing.
Because cameras can be quite expensive.
They are expensive, very expensive. The recent Canon is going for $500,000. $500,000. Body only,
you know,
without
that's
the
land
lens.
Somewhere.
Without the lens.
That is land somewhere around around Kangondo Road.
Kangondo Road.
Okay, what was your first experience like in your first project, the leather company? The
leather company. Thank you, Michelle. So my first project, I take a picture. I was using my friends, in fact, as the models. I take a picture and I see this person and this person here, they are totally different people. So and then I like, yeah, so I can tell stories using pictures. I got interested. I wanted to get more. There's something about shooting a picture. The outcome of the work, it gives you motivation.
To do more.
Yeah, to do more. Anyway, hii picha ni normal,
but I can do this.
But tomorrow I want to do better than this.
So you start thinking out of the box that maybe I can do this, maybe I can shutter speed, all that. Okay, so I would like to find out, right? For some of us who have particular phones, who have, good cameras, you'll be like, I don't really need a photographer, like I take best of the best selfies. I can put a timer and pause and everything, and I'm a self-proclaimed photographer. What separates me from you?
Pale industry, we call you guys photographer Gina.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, I want you to take your phone, take your picture, and also print it and frame it. I take your photo with my camera, I take it and we frame it. We differentiate the quality and all. It's all about quality, standard, and how you deliver the picture. Yeah.
How do you keep up with the new trends and in technology? We have Photoshop. You mentioned another one that makes our models
retouch.
Retouch. Yeah. There's gizmos. There's a couple of so many.
Yeah. So there is a couple of so many photography softwares, but how you use them, there are people who they are not photographers, but they are very dope in editing. So how you use those softwares is what matters, because you like your photo to be retouched. You want to look, una pimples and all. But for me, person like me, a storyteller, I would like that photo to look as it is. But fashion photographers, model photographers, they have to work on their edits, they have to work on their retouch, which most people love. But there is a different art of photography. For instance, let's say wildlife photography, you wouldn't smoothen the skin of a lion.
Okay,
It wouldn't
that's true.
make sense.
Actually, we will be mad at you for doing it.
Yeah, you'll be mad. You changing nature.
Yes.
So for me, I would like to tell the story as it is. Yes, I'll do some little retouches on your face, but I want you to look as it is. That's your story. That's who you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You mentioned wildlife photography, and then that brings my next question, which is, there's lots of genres when it comes to photography. There is HDR photography, there is landscape photography, macro photography. We have environment portraits, street portraits. When you look at it, the business aspect of it, when you want to get into the photography market, because you have so many photographers, do you advise someone to stick on a specific lane, or should you be diverse if you're getting into? Yeah, I think that's the simple way. Do you get diverse or just stick to a particular genre?
Thank you, Michelle. In that perspective, there is something you do in the university. For instance, let's say you're doing BCom. You reach a point, you want to specialize on something, let's say finance, right? So I think in photography, there is a self-rediscovery journey. And then there's a point you love. Yes, you're a photographer, but you love shooting wildlife more than anything. When you're shooting wildlife, you feel a lot of life. You feel the whole spirit in you about the photography. There is someone who take a shot of a model, and yani inambamba tu yani. Yeah, inambamba. So I guess there's a point you reach, and there's someone who will take food photography. Very dope, very dope. For instance, there's someone called Tarara on Instagram. She takes a lot of amazing photographs about food. There is someone like Jerry Photography. She takes weddings, professional weddings. That's as in inambamba. So there's a point I guess you reach, and you want to major on this thing. Yeah.
Well, that makes lots of sense, because at the end of the day in life, it's all about what you love, and leaving a mark in what you actually love in the world. Yeah, very true. So let's say I want to, photo shoot session with you. What are the gears that you'll come with? And another question which is very important, how comfortable, what are certain of techniques that you use to make your client comfortable? Because you have clients who are a little bit, I want pictures, but I'm not sure how I should pose, how comfortable I should feel well in that presence.
Thank you.
But I want pictures still.
Thank you very much, Michelle. There is this perspective people have of photographers. A very bad perspective, very bad perspective, but it's wrong. Not all photographers want you for your body. They don't want you for your body. So for me, I did public relations and advertisement. So when I meet you first, I wouldn't tell you, ingia kwa studio tupige picha. I'll be like, hi, my name is Watson. Oh, today you look good. How have you been? Are you okay? Did you
just to
eat?
build that rapport.
Yeah, build a rapport. Make the model, the client comfortable. Kwanza, if it's children, you'll need to get there 2 hours earlier to make them get used to you. So it's all about creating connection with your model. Yeah, there is sensational photographers. People mistake them for nude photographers. Sensational photographers, they are people who tell the story of the skin, the photographs, as in zinaka nudes, but they are not nude. It's their art. That's how they portray their style of photography. Yeah.
Okay. Apart from just referrals, because you allow me to take you back on your first project, which was the leather that you did with the leather company, and then there was a couple of referrals. What are the ways that you're marketing yourself as a photographer? So
we have Instagram, we have the social media platform, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Behance, and there is an app called Booking Africa, where you post your work and you'll be booked like an Uber guy. Yeah, you just post and the clients will choose what they want. So for instance, Michelle does adventurous photographer. I want to travel to Mara, I want to travel to Turkana, I want to travel to Chalbi Desert. I'll need Michelle to go with me. So they just book you like an Uber guy. You have all your rates there. So it's an opportunity created. So you just sign yourself up there. What's the name of that platform again? Booking Africa. Booking Africa. Yeah. What are the requirements to be part of that platform? No, you just sign up. There's nothing. You just sign up, you put your work there, like your portfolio, your details, where you're located, your rates, and good luck, you'll be signed up. All right. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's actually a good news. Just expanding broader spaces to just market yourself and your services. So, as you said earlier, right? You called us what? The self-proclaimed photographers? Photographer Gina. Photographer Gina. Okay. Now let's just take a chill pill right now. So if I
if I buy a DSLR camera and come to you as a student, and I ask you to share some tips, yeah, to just that I can start clicking good images and images that I can actually, you know, put on the portrait, because now I'm like a professional photographer after you give me those particular tips.
Yes.
So what are those tips that you'll give to a student?
Give to a student.
Yeah, who's just starting off.
On that question, there is someone I called my assistant. He didn't go to any class. He was seeing what I do. He wanted to do, and I mentored him into it. He's called Kadoli. That's his name. Okay. So about him, we started talking about aperture, ISO, and shutter speed. A lot of photographers will understand that. Take us
slow, yeah? Take us slow. You just give us tips, yeah?
See, there is ISO, aperture, and shutter speed. About that, it's very easy. Okay. It's like a balanced triangle.
Oh, okay. We are moving away from automatic mode.
Yeah, automatic mode. Yeah. You just go to manual mode. But you can use automatic mode.
Is it allowed? But I want to build. I want to create a picture.
We go to manual mode. Okay. I show you those settings, and show you how to control the lens.
So maneuver the settings. Okay.
And yes, you're good to go.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is why.
But you still have to have the eye.
The eye.
The eye.
That's interesting.
You still have to have the eye. Like it's what you see through the camera that you want to portray out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since you started, yeah, we are equally connecting the eye through the lens. Since you started, you mentioned like there's a self-discovery as a photographer where you just decide, you get to understand yourself and understand that I love this particular genre of photography, to just sink in that particular lane. So far, what stories do you feel way connected to, like telling those particular stories through the lens? What sort of genre you intertwined into? I went to Mombasa with Twiga Ventura, and there's something I saw about Mombasa. I think the place there, the nature, the environment and the people, you cannot exhaust. I still have a feeling about a kid. He was aliniuliza na Kiswahili, basi hii kamera basi hebu uniachie hata, and I was like, he's so passionate about something he hasn't even started. So I got connected to the Mombasa story, the nature, the environment, the people. I mean, there is so much to see with your eyes about Mombasa. So I got connected about the Mombasa story, and I want to go back there. And I will go back to there probably October. When you speak about the coast, one of the magnificent view that has never left me is the sea. You know, the waves, especially the waves, and if you can capture
and the sunset.
Just the waves and the sunset.
A lot of people posted that my sunset pictures, and I was so overwhelmed, and I didn't exhaust.
I don't think there's anyone who can exhaust the sea, the ocean.
Cannot exhaust. It's so amazing.
You can exhaust, right?
Very amazing.
Yeah, and very therapeutic.
Very therapeutic.
Okay, since you started till date, what has been your inspiration? Is this the same inspiration when you started, or has it changed?
It's not the same. When you look at my pictures from down on Instagram up to where I've reached right now, they're not the same. And there's something about creatives. For me, a stranger will motivate me. Someone I don't know, someone I haven't even taken their pictures, but just a stranger, commenting down there or DMing or liking my picture, and I'm like, I see. So there's someone seeing. And there's a quote that says, keep building, keep working. Someone somewhere is telling someone, you're amazing. So I guess strangers and the support of friends, they keep motivating me. And a lot of YouTube inspiration from photographers like Jason Liner, Chris Odd, even local photographers like Clay Nentoy. He's a filmmaker, but he still takes photos. And those people, they inspire you because we can never exhaust on this thing, Michelle. We can never exhaust. There's so much amazing to shoot, amazing things.
Yeah. How do you make art out of the ordinary? And what makes you stand out? Because you have so many photographers out here.
So when you go to the market, kuna ule mama ukuzia skuma na kando yake bado kuna mama anauza skuma.
Very true.
Very true, right?
Very
but
true.
You still go to this mama, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, as I told you, I want the story to be told as it is. I don't want to change anything. I don't want to correct a lot of things. I want the story to be told as it is. For instance, I took a shot of Rorashio, it's called Koito, for the Kalenjins. And a lot of people would like it to look like it's lavish, it's poshy, I think niki tu walitoa pesa, walitoa pesa mingi. But for me, I told that story as it is. The environment, the culture, how people are dressed, how things are, the food, as in vile tu kitu iko yani. Wacha ikae hivyo. Hii kuongeza madoido mingi hatupendi.
And I think also, I think that's a very nice perspective, and it's a nice niche and how to just brand yourself. Because if everyone is the same, then you lose the touch. The touch. Yeah. So how do you measure you getting better in your work?
I think it's about working on yourself, perfecting your art, so you don't get comfortable. If you get comfortable, you're losing. You snooze, you lose. Yeah.
Okay. For someone who is watching this particular conversation, Ian, and they want to get into photography, and they're thinking, photography, it's flooded. We have so many photographers out here, but I still love photography. I have the passion for it. What would be your advice to that person?
My advice is use what you have, start where you are, do what you can. Just where answer to yani. Where answer. Just start. Use what you have, and then follow your passion. Don't compare yourself to anyone, and also don't start it as in a financial perspective. Photography, it's very expensive. You'll never exhaust on buying gears. Today you buy this, tomorrow inatokea. Use what you have, do what you can, and then do it with passion. Yani fanya niwe unataka. Don't do it for Michelle, for me. Just do it for you, and you'll find your path. Keep winning, keep working, keep building. Yeah,
I like that advice. Yeah, start with what you have, keep winning. Yeah. Okay, let's look at some of your work, your projects, a couple of pictures that you took.
Yeah.
And just get to see the story that you got to tell through the lens. My director is ready. Meanwhile, yes, let's look at your pictures. Stories through the lens.
Stories through the lens.
Yeah, stories by
Watson.
Stories by Watson.
Stories by Watson.
Okay, there we have it. Okay, flowery.
That was the floral.
Is this the wedding you were talking about?
No, I did that floral project.
Okay, there's the floral project. And then there's this.
Oh, this was the wedding I was talking about, the pre-wedding for the Kalenjin Koito. It was very amazing, a lot of culture.
Yes, and it's so real. It's as if I'm there. There's
so much happiness
effect going on, yeah. Okay.
This is some product photography for jewelryhub.ke.
Okay. Oh, you work with brands and also,
yeah, I work
so
with
these are
brands,
the models.
Products,
okay.
yeah.
All right. We still talk about your package. Yes, different packages that you have to offer for people like us who want a photo shoot session.
We have studio sessions going for 200 per image, minimum 10 pictures.
Okay.
We have outdoor photography going for 250 per image. Yeah. We have on-call photography. You want me to come to your house to take these pictures and pictures. That goes for 400 per image.
400 per image.
Minimum 10 images.
Okay.
We have videography and drone view photography that we charge 8,000 per hour. Yeah.
And I must say your work is amazing, and your prices are fair, very fair.
Thank you very much.
Why is the outdoor photography quite expensive compared to
outdoor photography?
Yes, for someone who's watching this and wondering.
Outdoor photography, it's expensive because allocation. You know, this country, I'm sorry to say, but everyone with power, little power, they always want to outsmart you. So location pia, and then invading a lot of privacy. For instance, you know, you cannot shoot on that road of Intercontinental Hotel. It is prohibited.
Okay.
So a lot of restrictions. So you have to go get paperwork, get permission here and there. That makes it expensive.
All right. And I think you come into someone's house, it's self-explanatory because
people are comfortable maybe at their place.
Of the places.
Yes.
All right. So what are a couple of challenges that you're facing apart from location situation?
First of all, it's gear. As I've told you, you will never exhaust on gear. And buying it locally, it's very expensive, very, very expensive. Another thing which it was corrected, but it was a problem back then, it was using the drone on aerial views. It was there was a conflict between the Kenya Airport Authority and the media people, but they have corrected that. It is now to be gazetted. But back then the charges were very expensive. For instance, for me to fly for just an hour, it was going up to 15,000 per hour.
50,000 per hour.
15,000 per hour.
Wow.
And you can imagine, maybe I'm charging you around 20,000 for that job. It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are the challenges.
All right.
Yeah.
And looking back till date.
I've remembered another challenge, Michelle.
Oh, sorry.
I've remembered another challenge.
What's the other challenge?
It's when you see friends, friends, they want to be taking pictures for free.
Oh,
For free,
yeah.
friends. Hey, you are my friend. Oh, you pick a picture. It's a friends are the ones who are supposed to support you.
To support you.
Yeah.
I think when you can look at it at this perspective, they feel like you are their friend, and they're like, "Oh, you're taking nice pictures," but they miss out on the aspect that it's a business.
Let us reason with this.
Okay.
You have a duka shop, a kiosk. I can't take bread daily there for free.
It's not happening.
Not happening.
Ain't happening.
Yes.
All right. Any other challenge?
Nah, those are all the challenges.
Okay. Looking back at your date, what are the couple of experiences or moments that you've experienced and you feel so proud that you embarked on this photography journey?
I feel so proud on, first of all, rediscovering myself. As I told you, see, previously the name was Anonymous Shot It. So it was to take pictures and nobody will know it's me. But when I changed it to Stories by Watson, God is great. Things just started coming. This just started coming. Going to Coast, first of all, manze, you got to hapa kwa roho. And then telling the story of the Kalenjin, the Koito thing, it's also amazing. Doing the face paint project, it was also got into me because someone in South Africa took those photos and told that story using poetry. And so it really motivates sana. Okay. Yeah.
Have you ever gotten bookings from the platform you mentioned? Is it Booking Africa?
Booking Africa.
Booking Africa.
I didn't get bookings, but I got an email from some fashion line in New York called Chingnu in New York, something like that. So they emailed me, but I didn't want to rush into it, so I wanted some advice from my lecturer. So we creating a meeting with that, so I know the perspective, what to do here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
How can people find you on social media?
My social media platform is Stories by Watson, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Stories by Watson.
As simple as that?
As simple as that.
Okay, what is the vision like for Stories by Watson?
Stories by Watson. First of all, I'll be telling your story.
Okay.
Yeah. People's story, I want to tell a lot of stories. Things vitu mingi hazijasema huku nje. So a lot of things are untold. I want to travel and tell stories. Also nijijenge yani. I want my studio to be more of a storytelling place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is the root part of just taking the root part of photography, which is telling stories,
I think it's about, I used to like telling a lot of stories, a lot of PR. Whether if you ukinikujia mimi ndakupiga PR, hata wewe naweza kuchanganisha. A lot of PR.
Okay.
Yeah. And then a lot of people, you see, also about stories, there's a lot of people who don't talk. Okay. And people sink into depression, which is very wrong. So if you can talk to me, you see, there's something you do, you take someone's photo and then there is an emotion that comes out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so also the untold things about yourself, I would like to tell them. And that story.
Okay, and how do you keep saying, we brought up an important issue, which is depression, mental health, especially during the time of COVID, where the economy of Kenya has been hit hard. Also globally, it's the same. So how do you keep saying? How do you keep saying during this time, and how is the business?
The business, it's coming back. It's coming back. When Nairobi opened, I think things started coming back, but haijafunguka yote. But with time, we hope things will be well and everything will go back into normal.
All right.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for creating time to be with us and just looking at the ultimate handbook of photography. I had a great time in this conversation.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
And I've just learned a couple of few things that I didn't know. I didn't know, like self-proclaimed photographers, we have lots of work to do like that. But anyway, wish you all the best in your endeavors. And Story by Watson,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward for you guys coming back.
We'll be back with more stories.
Couple of few years down the line.
Yeah, we'll be back with more stories.
More stories.
Yeah, probably be shooting in the New York with this interview.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
You just never know
Yeah,
what
true.
the future holds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, at Y254 channel is where you can find us across all our social media handles. At Michelle Ashira is where you can reach out to me, and we'll be right back. We're taking a break and we'll be right back to sample some of your comments on the question of today. At Y254 channel is where you can find us across all our social media handles.
Wait.